This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, Maine State Police are investigating a child's death in the town of Limerick. On June 1st, first responders were called to a residence on North Shore Drive for an injured child. A state police spokesperson says 6-year-old Lucy Morgan received an unintentional injury while playing outside with her 10-year-old brother. According to the spokesperson, the aluminum shaft on a badminton racket became dislodged from the wooden handle, causing the shaft to strike the girl in the head and pierce her skull. Lucy was taken to a hospital and later airlifted to Maine Medical Center in Portland. She died from her injuries on Thursday. The family is from New Jersey, and they were vacationing in Maine at the time of the incident. A Maine state trooper fatally shot a man at a home in Hiram today. State police responded to a call about a possible domestic violence incident taking place inside a home. According to a state police spokesperson, Trooper Zachary Fancy entered the home where he was confronted by a man who pointed a firearm in his direction. The trooper fired his weapon, killing the man. His identity is not being released at this time, pending notification of next of kin. The Attorney General's office has been called in to investigate the use of force in this matter. Trooper Fancy was placed on administrative leave, which is standard procedure in any officer-involved shooting in the state of Maine. A crash in Augusta killed one person and injured another. According to police, a 77-year-old man from Augusta was making a left-hand turn onto North Belfast Avenue a little before 9 o'clock Thursday morning. Police say 21-year-old Hunter Davis of Augusta was traveling east on North Belfast Avenue at the time of the crash. Davis was transported to the hospital via life flight, where he died as a result of his injuries. The 77-year-old man was also taken to the hospital. He was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. That crash remains under investigation. The driver in a crash that killed 4 Maine Maritime students in December 2022 received his sentence in court today. A judge sentenced 21-year-old Joshua Radding to 18 years in prison with all but 3 suspended. He'll also serve 3 years probation. During the hearing, Radding addressed the families of the victims.
The night of December 10th plays over and over in my head every day and every night. They were my best friends, and I loved them more than anything. We did everything together, and I never meant to hurt them. I really want to say I'm sorry to the family of Chase Fawcett. I'm really sorry to the family of Luke Simpson. I'm sorry to the family of Riley Cameron. I'm sorry to the family of Brian Keeley.
Family members of one of the victims spoke following the sentencing and offered their forgiveness. A fast-moving fire was a real battle for fire crews in Millinocket today. If it wasn't for mutual aid and quick thinking, it could have been much worse. And we'll have that story for you a little bit later in the show. But in the meantime, the Maine Air National Guard was on display today as Senator Susan Collins, along with the Secretary of the Air Force, stopped in for a tour of the facility. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard has that story.
Secretary of the Air Force Frank Kendall stopped and toured the Maine Air National Guard base in Bangor on Friday. He made the stop after being in Normandy for the 80th celebration of D-Day.
Yeah, it's extremely humbling to have Secretary Kendall visit the Maine Air Guard today. It's rare. It's never happened in my 20 years being a member of the Maine Air National Guard.
The visit with the Secretary went extraordinarily well.
Secretary Kendall spent around 3 hours touring the base and talking with a group of over 650 service members.
I think he learned a lot about the vital mission played in refueling aircraft by this base.
Secretary Kendall showed a genuine appreciation of the airmen here at the 101st Air Refueling Wing, and it was very nice to see that support.
Senator Collins used the opportunity to advocate for the modernization of the Air National Guard equipment and infrastructure.
The KC-135 that is behind me is 50 years old. We need new tankers. The new tankers are called the KC-46, and I am trying to get Bangor moved up the list to get a new aircraft as soon as possible. This base has an extraordinary record when you look at productivity. For example, during the war with Afghanistan, this base did more refuelings than any base, active or reserve, on the entire East Coast.
In Bangor, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We go back now to that fast-moving fire earlier in Millinocket, where officials say if it weren't for quick thinking and a mutual response, things could have been much worse.
Flames broke out around 9 a.m. on Medway Road in Millinocket, completely engulfing and destroying a garage. Crews were still fighting embers and helping clean up into the early afternoon.
It's been a challenge with some of the void spaces and the roof, with both the layers on the roof.
Several mutual aid fire crews from as far as Lincoln fought the blaze, watching for exposure to nearby homes.
Upon arrival, garage was fully involved. We had fire spreading to the adjacent home on the property as well as to the neighbor's adjacent home. Crews began attacking the fire on each house.
No one was hurt in the incident. The fire marshal's office was called to the scene to investigate the cause. And as for the homeowners,
property owners are doing well. They're going to relocate with some family friends.
There's so many reasons why it can start. Yeah. The fire departments here are fantastic, though, I have to say. They're really, really good.
In Millinocket, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, let's take a break now and turn things over to Conrad Supinski with a first check of our forecast.
Thank you so much, Peter. Our first weather today is brought to you by Pet Care by Lindsay. Is an in-home care pet care provider servicing the greater Bangor, Waterville, Ellsworth, Bar Harbor, and Mid-Coast areas. And once again, more rain back into our region. And this is the beginning of the next several days. A little bit more of an active weather pattern. More rain, of course, back in our forecast. Visibilities are much better than what they were just 2 hours ago. 6 miles here in town, right up north. Millinocket areas at 4 miles, and at the coast, Bar Harbor, you are at 4 miles as well for visibility. Some thicker clouds, a little bit of scattered showers in the area, and a mixture of some patchy fog as well. Now, the winds are pretty light, 8 miles an hour right at the coast. Rockland, Bar Harbor, right up north here in town, we are at an 8-mile-per-hour sustained wind. Up north as well, we're looking at those light winds, and that will be continuing overnight tonight as rain keeps falling. Temperatures will fall as well, back into those mid-50s. Peter?
All right, so another active overnight on our way. Thank you, Conrad. And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, our Emma Smith stopped by Speedway 95 to highlight a local racer who's starting to make a name for herself. And students and teachers got an opportunity to test underwater sea gliders at UMaine. We'll have those stories and more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Buying a home is a big family experience. Oh, where else would you want to live? Every story's different. I grew up on another farm, and now I own my own. I got introduced to a credit union when I was in college. Whether they got one customer that day to 1,000 customers that day, it feels like you are the one. The lender that you're talking to, you'll see them after work at the T-ball game. It is our dream home. It's heaven, I guess. Did you get mommy? The local credit union can give you that peace of mind from start to finish, and that's what they did here.
While politicians talked, President Trump fought for working people. He took on China and secured the border. I'm Austin Terrio, former NASCAR driver and small business owner. I'm proud to have President Trump's endorsement. Together we'll secure the border, stop Biden's electric vehicle mandate, and bring back American manufacturing. I'll fight to make sure our best days are ahead.
Endorsed by President Trump. Austin Terrio for Congress.
I'm Austin Terrio, and I approve this message.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
The Stanley Cup Final. Oil Country looks to celebrate for the first time since 1990. The Panthers have waited a lifetime to capture their first Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup Final, Game 1, Saturday on ABC.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport. You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. More than 3 million used needles were exchanged in 13 Maine communities last year. According to the Maine Centers for Disease Control, response and prevention syringe services programs are crucial to reducing the risk of bloodborne infections such as hepatitis and HIV. In 2023, syringe services programs collected more than 3.1 million used syringes, distributed more than 3.6 million new syringes, conducted 373 total HIV tests, and provided more than 2,500 people with naloxone. The director of Maine CDC says this program is essential to their mission.
Why is that important? It's important because, it helps provide these clean needles so that people don't share needles or reuse dirty needles, right? And that is one of the routes of how bloodborne diseases are spread.
Currently, Maine has 13 syringe services programs operating in Portland, Augusta, Waterville, Bangor, Ellsworth, Sanford, Calais, Lewiston, Rumford, and Machias. Students and teachers from Belfast Area High School tested underwater sea gliders that they built with support from UMaine's Rise Center. Our Doug Banks has that story.
Under the waters of Belfast Area High School is a sea glide built by 2 students.
And it basically has a ballast, and it's a water bottle with like wings on it. And it's supposed to float up, and then when the ballast fills, it goes down and it glides forward and backward because there's no actual propulsion on it.
That is controlled by an Arduino microcontroller.
With a $1.35 million grant from the National Science Foundation, Belfast educators collaborated with UMaine's Rise Center and their project, Coastal Tracers.
The work with the University of Maine is a 3-year project, and this last school year was the first year of that project.
Plans are already underway for UMaine's program to expand across the state.
It's going from Kittery to Lubeck, so we have a pretty good range. Approximately 20 teachers joining on for the second cohort, and it's going to be starting off in the summer.
Friday's test was a culmination of hard work from the students.
Yeah, I like this class a lot. It's one of my favorite classes because you just get to build like pretty much what you want to build.
Hard work that will hopefully pay off down the road.
Work with the city perhaps to, inform policy about, what's going on in the Bay and how things are changing and, what storms are doing, for example, in the Bay and things like that.
In Belfast, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Delaney Dunn has been racing cars since she was just 15 years old. And now, at 25, she's still called Kiddo by the locals. But don't let that fool you, because there's nothing juvenile about her need for speed. Emma Smith has more.
Oh, I would do it all year long. Yeah. If I could go all the way down south during the winter time and get away from the snow up here and go racing, I would. If I could race all year round, I would.
Delaney Dunn has come a long way in her decade of racing, winning her first ever Sport 4 feature event at Speedway 95 on Saturday, which is the fastest class for 4-cylinder engine cars. But that doesn't mean she isn't capable of slowing down. When asked how she won this last race, she said,
I had to go slow to go fast, because you can burn the tires off if you try going fast when you really shouldn't be. It puts excess wear and tear on the car.
But still, that doesn't mean she's always learned the easy way.
She ruined quite a few cars getting to this point, but...
Do you think that's normal?
It really is. I mean, racing, everybody, I've wrecked quite a few cars now, too, so it happens. That's part of racing.
That was Delaney's dad, who's one of her most essential team members. But she has a lot of support, and part of the fun to her is being able to show that support right back.
We're a family race team. My dad raced before I did, and my cousin Jeff races in the cage runner division currently. My half-brother is getting into racing, into the cars as well, so it's a family affair.
And their goals for the competition and the sport are reflective of that mutual support.
We're really just out to have fun, I told her, if we're not having fun, then we're not going to do it anymore.
Delaney's next race at Speedway 95 is on Saturday, June 22nd. You can watch her there, racing her 1996 Acura Integra called Bear. In Herman, I'm Emma Smith,
for ABC7 and Fox 22.
Just incredible, and that looks like a ton of fun. I can only imagine what it feels like to be behind the wheel of that car. All right, well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6. We'll have sports and more. Stay with us.
Adding comfort and beauty to your home for less is as easy as 1, 2, 3 during Renewal by Andersen's Easy 3Z replacement window event. The time to act is now, because Renewal by Andersen is making it easy and affordable with huge discounts on our exclusive custom replacement windows and our doors, along with special financing options so affordable you won't want to miss out on this event. And to top it all off, professional installation by our certified master installers is always included. Like we said, Easy 3Z. Call today.
Hello, fellow flyers. I'm the Savvy Traveler, here to share the secrets of convenience at Bangor International Airport. Parking, you're steps away from the terminal. Inside, even more conveniences. And friendly, efficient security. All of these make BGR the official airport of you. Remember, the Savvy Travel through Bangor International Airport. Flybangor.com.
Embrace the journey, where each moment turns into a cherished memory. Ensuring life's journey and experiences along the way. AAA, we're always with you.
Spring is here, and so are the savings at the Furniture Gallery. Relax with a reclining sofa and recliner for only $9.98. Opening up camp, queen mattresses starting at $188, and sleeper sofas starting at $598. Power lift recliners also starting at $598, or save $100 on medical grade lift recliners. All Flex Steel now 10% off, and all Von Bassett bedroom sets 20% off. It's easy to buy at the Furniture Gallery with 18-month 0% interest financing. The Furniture Gallery.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Triumph Professional Cleaning Services, providing outstanding commercial cleaning services to Eastern and Central Maine. Triumph Professional Cleaning, creating an environment of cleanliness.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. What a night last night at TD Garden. The Celtics are now 3 wins away from banner number 18 after a dominating Game 1 win against the Mavericks. Boston winning 107-89, and the big story was their depth. 6 players in double digits and 7 with multiple three-pointers. That's a first in finals history. One of the players fitting both criteria, Kristaps Porzingis, silencing any doubt about his health, coming off the bench in his return to the lineup with 20 points, 18 of which were in the first half, along with 6 rebounds and 3 blocks. If this is any indication, he is more than back, and KP could not be any happier.
He was great on both ends of the floor. Defensive execution, game plan, fighting for a spot in the offensive end, being physical. He played great, and that's the KP that helped us get to where we are today.
Even from the walkout before the game and then getting on the court, getting that kind of support was unreal, and the adrenaline was pumping through my veins, and that definitely helped. I did everything I could to prepare mentally for this moment coming back, and it paid off.
Okay, on to the baseball diamond now. For Maine Baseball's Jeremiah Jenkins, he has been a cornerstone these last few years, and he's now preparing for the next level. Tyler Cruz has the story.
Going to the draft, it's happening.
After 3 strong years with the University of Maine, Jeremiah Jenkins is going pro. Getting ready to hear his name called this July in the Major League Baseball draft.
I never thought I was going to become the player I did at Maine. My whole goal was I just wanted a chance to play college ball, and I always wanted to play pro ball, but I just wanted to take the opportunity and make the best of it, and whatever happens, happens. I wasn't chasing numbers or stats. My whole goal was just to get drafted, no matter what, and whatever that took.
Jenkins came to Orono in 2022 and took off from there. He earned second-team All-Conference and All-Rookie honors as a freshman, and what that did was build his confidence moving forward.
Just that confidence, because my mind, like I said earlier, my mindset when I went in there was I just want an opportunity. I'm not here, to be the man or whatever. I'm just here to help the team win.
From there, it didn't take Jenkins long to realize his potential and figure out that his 4 years at Maine may turn into just 3.
The meeting before my sophomore year in the fall, I looked at him and said, Derbs, no offense, but I don't want to be coming back here as a senior. And he's like, yeah, I don't expect you to be coming back here as a senior because I'm going to be disappointed in you. And that's, that's not him putting pressure on me, but that's he sees the potential in me and, as I saw it myself.
Jenkins exploded in his sophomore campaign. His 21 homers and 76 RBI were team and league highs, enough to be awarded America East Player of the Year. He followed that up with another 20-homer campaign as a junior and another first-team all-conference selection, and by then, it was all inevitable.
The meeting we had after this past year, he told me, look, you're definitely going to get drafted, but don't let pro ball change who you are. You played here, you did well because you stayed who you are. You're going to get drafted because you stayed who you are.
And his time at Maine is going to stay with him forever.
Meet some great people up there, the fans, the community. It's just so much love for the community and the people up there. I'm extremely grateful that I played at Maine.
In Bangor, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you very much, Tyler. That's all the time we have for sports. Here's Conrad Sapinski with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much. Our Maine weather today is brought to you by Varney Ford. Varney Ford in Newport gives one full year maintenance on every new and used vehicle they sell. Come visit them and see their huge selection of cars and trucks, the nice car and truck people. And rain back in our forecast. The slow-moving low-pressure system is still in our area. Look at this, the counterclockwise rotation. Of course, that is going to happen with those low-pressure systems in the northern hemisphere. Southern hemisphere, complete opposite. They're going to get that clockwise rotation, and high pressure systems, of course, they are the opposite. But for now, though, rotating rain, and this will be the case the next few days as more rain chances continue tonight into tomorrow, once again into the day on Sunday and Monday as well. Possibly even a couple of thunderstorms mixed in there as this very slow low pressure system continues to stick around in our forecast, and it will be all over the area. Maine, down south into Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, you're going to get in on some showers as well. Potentially well over an inch of rain in some spots. Generally, we are looking at rainfall totals close to that 1 inch range. Couple of spots at the coast, you're going to get a little bit less rain. Bar Harbor, Machias, Rockland, you're going to get in maybe half an inch at most. Here in town, potentially 3/4 of an inch of rain. Up north, Millinocket, maybe up to 1.5 inches of rain. So generally, I'd say close to an inch to around 2 inches of rain. That's that criteria for rain the next few days. Low temperatures, though, look at this start to the day. We started out at 60 degrees. Back in those lower 60s to start out our morning. Felt like a summer start to the day, but temperatures didn't warm up much at all, only a few degrees. 65, that was our high, so we only warmed up 5 degrees from the morning. 66 in Millinocket, 50s as high temperatures in Rockland and Bar Harbor. So a cooler day out there. Definitely feeling chilly to pretty much end the day today for Friday. For tomorrow, we're looking at a little bit warmer air. Sunday, Monday, a little bit warmer, closer to average temperatures, and then much warmer Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday, possibly seeing some 80s making a return by middle to end of next week. So scrub out those barbecues, get everything ready, make sure that boat and jet skis are prepared to hit the docks, because summer weather is going to be back by middle to end of next week. For tonight, though, we are looking at mid-50s, scattered showers in the area, foggy conditions, so visibilities will be reduced tonight into tomorrow morning. Slow down and just leave a little bit extra early if you do have plans tonight or tomorrow morning. Scattered showers out there for tomorrow and some thunderstorms as well. Light winds, temperatures around 69 degrees. Our extended forecast outlook does show thunderstorms in the area possibly on Sunday. Once again for Tuesday, much better weather. For Wednesday, temperatures around 80 degrees. Peter?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you. And there's more to come after the break. Stay with us.
If you've been injured and think you can't afford a lawyer, think again.
Lowry and Associates can be your lawyers, and there's no fee unless they win money for you.
We don't get paid unless you get paid. We call it the Lowry Guarantee.
You got nothing to lose. Just call the twos. They win or it's free. That's the Lowry Guarantee.
Lowry and Associates settled my case for $300,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
While politicians talked, President Trump fought for working people. He took on China and secured the border. I'm Austin Terrio, former NASCAR driver and small business owner. I'm proud to have President Trump's endorsement. Together we'll secure the border, stop Biden's electric vehicle mandate, and bring back American manufacturing. I'll fight to make sure our best days are ahead.
Endorsed by President Trump. Austin Terrio for Congress.
I'm Austin Terrio, and I approve this message.
There are plenty of good reasons to have a dock at your camp or lakefront home, and to choose a ShoreMaster Premium Dock System or Floating Poly Dock System from Hammond Lumber Company. Lightweight and durable, ShoreMaster high-grade aluminum docks are easy to install and maintain, and poly docks are perfect for dealing with deep or fluctuating water levels. Both offer a wide range of available configurations. There's a ShoreMaster or a poly dock system that's right for you, and you'll find it at Hammond Lumber Company.
When it comes to the whole home heat pump rebates from Efficiency Maine, there's money on the table for everyone, and the experts at Valley Home Services are here to help you get your share. Even if you received a rebate in the past, you can still take advantage of this program with a new Fujitsu heat pump for your whole house. And no matter your income, there's a rebate for you. Let the folks at Valley Home Services lay out a Fujitsu heat pump plan for you, so you can start saving on heating and cooling for your home. Don't leave money on the table. Call Valley Home Services today and get your rebate instantly.
Welcome back. Law enforcement officials across the state are called upon to do many different things. Some things they go the extra mile to volunteer for. That's been the case this week as law enforcement agencies around the state gave their time to participate in the annual torch run for the Maine Special Olympics Summer Games. This morning, many of them gathered on High Street in Ellsworth to run up Route 1A. After all of his years in law enforcement, Ellsworth Corporal Sean Merchant says this is still one of his favorite parts of the job.
It's just a cool feeling to see all the athletes. If you ever get a chance to go to Orono and the start of the Olympic Summer Games, it's amazing to see them.
More than a dozen members of law enforcement made their way from Ellsworth through Lucerne and into Holden despite the rain and all the traffic on Route 1A. The Ellsworth Public Library has many events to promote reading for kids, and a new literacy initiative partnership with Northern Light Health will provide free library cards to little ones. Every baby born at the Maine Coast Hospital in Ellsworth will receive welcome packages from the library, including board books and a voucher for a free library card.
During the postpartum phase, we bring this book into mom, and in this book there are some information about the library, but there's also an application for the library card.
The program is funded through money dedicated to the late Melanie Zador, who volunteered at the hospital and was vice president of the Friends of Ellsworth Library. The card is completely free regardless of where a baby and parent may reside. Program organizers say it's never too early to start reading to your baby and foster a lifelong love of reading. A group of hardworking students in Levant got to ride to school in style thanks to the local fire department. All year, fourth graders at Levant Elementary have been participating in the fire prevention education program taught by the Levant Fire and Rescue Department. The students who completed and passed in all of their homework from the program were put in for a drawing for a ride to school in a fire truck. The lucky few who were selected drove around town and were dropped off at school by the fire department, but that wasn't where the fun ended. Nine students were also given the chance to pie Levant firefighter Steve Dewitt in the face.
That's what it's about. You put in hard work, and you're trying to teach something, and they're kids this age are sponges, so they're taking that home to their parents.
DeWitt says if all of next year's class can complete their homework, they'll also he'll get to shave his head as well, so a little bit more of an incentive for them to pass and do all of that work, but just looks like a great time there. All right, well, that's going to do it for us, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your evening.